Black Matter have just dropped a new developer briefing that gives us more information on the trucks coming into Update 8 for Hell Let Loose. The Axis side are going to get the Opel Blitz, and the Allied side are going to get the GMC CCKW 2.5 ton 6x6 truck. So first up, we're going to look at the supply trucks. So I'm going to be showing some images that we've got from the dev briefing here to let you know what they look like. So the supply trucks are going to carry 2 supply crates. We saw in the recent Hurtgun Forest drive-through that it can carry 2 supply crates, but we just didn't know at that point what the value of those crates are, and now we know. So it's going to be 150 supplies per crate. So the supply truck could drop both its crates to drop down 300 supplies in one area. What we don't know is how much the new deployables are going to cost. So my theory is 300 supplies will probably be enough to fund a tier 1 and a tier 2 fortification. Now, since these supply trucks can carry 2 people, the driver and the passenger, if one of those is a support class as well, they could drop down 2 supply crates for 300 supplies and then drop their own supplies down to add up to 400 supplies. I think that is going to be like the little tactic, or if you're having a team that are really working together, you might get support classes from other squads like teaming up together to drive these trucks and drop down like 500 supplies in one area to really build up an area. The next type of truck we're getting are the transport trucks, and I know so many players, myself included, have been dying to get some transport vehicles because at the start of the game it's a 2-minute, 3-minute jog to actually get somewhere to be able to do something. So now at the beginning of the game we're going to get transport trucks so we can actually get to the front line quickly and get into some action and get the game going. Now what I can see happening at the beginning of games is, well, I'm not sure how many transport trucks each team is going to start with, maybe 1, 2, or it could be map dependent. What I could see happening is a transport truck probably being paired up with like a light tank or a recon vehicle just to give it a bit of protection, and if it runs into the enemy transport truck, that recon or light tank could then quickly take it out. That's going to be, I think that's going to be the new key to the start of games, is getting everyone in the transport truck, getting them to the front line, but protecting them with a quick tank. I reckon we could also see some like really cheeky flanks with these transport trucks. If all the control points are on one side of the map, I reckon you're going to get some dodgy squads getting into some transport trucks and flanking from the complete opposite side of the map to stay out of everyone's vision and dropping down some outposts and whatnot to start a new attack from a different angle. One thing the devs have said is that when you're driving a supply or transport truck, whoever is driving will get added support score on the scoreboard, so it's not like wasted time for your individual score. So it's going to reward players who really want this sort of gameplay aspect in the game. I've heard some people are really looking forward just to being able to drive these things, so it's going to reward those players for the time they put in, because I know some players are probably just going to spend their entire game driving these things around, transporting people and transporting supplies. Now onto the damage profile for the vehicles. So the devs have said that players can be shot out of the trucks using small arms, and they said especially high penetration weapons that can pierce thin metal. So as the backs of the trucks are just covered in fabric, any weapon is going to be able to penetrate through that, based on the new bullet penetration system we're getting. And for the front of the vehicle, you're going to have your windscreen. I think all bullets can penetrate glass completely fine, but they've also said that larger rounds are particularly effective to the front part of the truck because it'll be able to penetrate through the thin metal. So I think the larger rounds, I think you're looking at MGs, maybe the Kar 98 as well, I'm not sure. But the devs have said that large rounds, I think they're talking about explosive rounds like your bazookas or your tank shells, will be able to destroy the front part of the truck in usually one hit. So people driving these trucks, you're gonna have to be really aware of where all the other tanks are on the map so you don't get destroyed. And they've also said that the rear of the truck will be destroyed in 2 rounds. But with how they've worded this part of the dev briefing, it kind of make it looks like that you can destroy each part separately. You know, they've said that the front part takes usually 1 round to destroy, but the rear will take 2 rounds. So maybe we're gonna have different, maybe you can take out the front part of the truck, which completely like kills the vehicle, but the people in the back will still be alive, so then they have to get out and run for it. Or the back of the truck with transporting all the people can be destroyed, and the driver and his passenger are relatively safe. I'll do some testing on that when the update comes out. So that is it for this dev briefing. I'm really looking forward to getting these new trucks in the game. I think it's gonna not drastically change how the game is played in terms of being able to transport people, but it's going to be a great addition to the game. The supply trucks are really going to help with upgrading the new fortifications, the new engineered deployables, and in future they said that the other deployables like the resource nodes will be upgradable as well. So these transport trucks are going to play a huge role in that, and I think there's going to be partly like a new meta about getting a squad behind enemy lines to hunt down these transport trucks and support trucks. Like, I reckon you'll get a squad with the anti-tank role that has mines and the engineer role that has mines, putting loads of mines down around the main roads and other places where the trucks are going to go. So keep an eye out for that when the update comes out, because I reckon I'm probably going to do that as well. I reckon it's going to be hilarious to get a mine down and take out potentially 14 people with 1 mine. If that's a transport truck, that's the driver, the passenger, and 12 people in the back. So expect to see some people with some really high kill death ratios. So thank you for watching, guys. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe for more, and I will see you on the next one.